Hey guys, how's it going? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Sheila Divine's channel, what is up? I am Amy. If you're returning, welcome back, guys. So this is your Divine Masculine message to Divine Feminine this week. I am going to use both my twin flame decks to deliver this message. So let's just get started. Let's get into this. So your first message from Divine Masculine says, I want to make things right between us, but I'm so afraid that you will reject me. Okay? That's where your Divine Masculine is this week. Forever needs to hear this message. Is he's saying, look, I want to make things right, but I am so afraid that when I come back, I'm so afraid that when I come speak my truth, that you're not going to give me the time of day, that you're going to reject me. So some of your Divine Masculines are in his ego. Some of your Divine Masculines feel like he is not worthy of you. Some of your Divine Masculines just feel afraid. You know, they're allowing fear to take over them. And until they can kind of control their emotions, kind of work through that rejection, work through that fear, I believe that is what's keeping them away, what's keeping them stuck. We also have, I didn't see the truth about this connection. I was blindfolded. Now I finally realized that it's you. It's always been you. You're the one. Okay? So some of your Divine Masculines, he's saying, look, I was blindfolded. I couldn't see what I needed to see back then because I was blindfolded. I couldn't see what spirit had in front of me until I lost it. Until you were no longer around, no longer communicating with me, is when I started to really see what I needed in my life. And now that I know what I want in my life, now that I know that you're the one that I want in my life, it's about how do I come back and work towards that? How do I come back and, you know, be the man that you've always wanted me to be? That's where he's at this week, okay? So at some point, yes, he didn't see what this connection was. He didn't see how he felt about you. He couldn't understand why you loved him and wanted to be with him as much. But that's because he didn't allow himself to. Okay? He was blinded. Sometimes people get like that, they just don't see what's in front of them. And it's not until someone leaves their life that they realize that, wait a minute, that's something that I want. That's something that I want to keep. So that's what he's saying this week. I see you in everyone I meet. You're constantly running through my mind and my heart. So your Divine Masculine is saying, like, look, I see you in everyone. You are running through my mind and heart. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about you. There's not a day goes by that I don't feel you, that I don't want to reach out, that I don't want a message, that I don't want to pick up that phone call. Some of you know that my Divine Masculine came back into my life, and just as fast as he came back in, he left again. But this time it really didn't hurt because I felt like I expected him to do it. But on some level, I feel like I told him I was in a new relationship, and not to hurt him, but to let him know that I was no longer playing games with him, that if he couldn't give me what I needed, then I was going to go elsewhere and, whatever. And, maybe that took a blow to his ego and that's why he left. But I feel like at some levels, I still care and I still love. But on some levels, I'm in a place of, I understand that he's had a lot going on in his life and he needs to heal and work on what he needs to heal. And I know that I run through his mind and I know that he thinks about me. He was calling me but not talking, but I knew he was on the other line because I still had his number in my phone. So, I would say hello and he wouldn't answer and he would just automatically hang up the phone. So I feel like some of your Divine Masculines might be in a place where you're receiving phone calls, but there's no one on the other end because they're not speaking. But it's like they want to call you just to hear your voice, just to know you're okay. Okay? So I pushed you away because I was confused on how I was feeling. Okay? And let them do that. Let them have this chance to feel what they're feeling. Let them have this chance to understand what they're going through. Because you do not want them to come at you with that energy. What are you doing, baby? Okay. You do not want them to come at you with that energy. You do not want them to come at you with being unhealed, okay? So you need to allow your Divine Masculine this chance to heal. He was confused. He was lost. He was blinded. But he's coming through and he's giving you guys this chance to let you guys know what's happening. You go downstairs, watch TV?
I'm not going downstairs.
Okay, well, mommy's... My biggest regret is that I did not fight for this love. And that is what your divine masculine is saying this week. He's like, my biggest regret right now is that I didn't fight for this, that I allowed you to walk out that door, that I ghosted, that I didn't communicate how I was feeling. But my biggest regret also is that I didn't know what this was until it had left my life. And now that I know, I am trying to figure out how to come back. I am trying to figure out how to make this work, okay? And that's what I feel strongly for your divine masculine. So from the other deck, we have illusions, clouded judgment of substance abuse, anxiety, and depression. Okay, depression is very heightened now because of COVID, right? There's a lot of people that are experiencing depression in many different ways. Some are experiencing higher levels of depression compared to before. So your divine masculine could be more depressed now than ever. And it's like he really, really wants to come forward. He really, really wants to speak his truth. I feel like I'm empowered to say that, but he is still very unbalanced. He's still very more so in his head, in his feelings. He could have a substance abuse you don't know about. He could have anxiety. He could have depression, right? He could be in a place where you don't know these things, okay? And that's what he's saying is, I'm in my feelings right now because I'm confused. Like, my biggest regret is that I didn't fight for you, that I didn't fight for your love, and now I feel like it might just be too late, okay? He's saying I was sidetracked. You know, there was delays, changes, distractions. Something else had caught my eye. That doesn't necessarily mean it was another person. Could be a family member, could be a friend, it could be anything, right? But at the time, he felt like he needed to be somewhere else. So does that make him a bad person? No, you know. Obviously, we have all gone through the emotion of, you know, being ghosted and feeling like we're not good enough and feeling unloved and stuff, right? But this is more than that. I feel like divine masculines are saying, like, look, I watch you every chance I get on social media because I need to know that you're okay. I need to know that you're where you're supposed to be. You know, I don't want to come at you and add many more problems. I don't want to come at you and add any more drama, okay? Your love scared the shit out of me, and that's what he's saying. Your love, the power, the beauty behind your love for me, it scared me. It was so powerful. I wasn't ever used to that. So, but he's the second card. I want to make this right. Your divine masculine wants to make this right. But it's what he needs to do to be able to come forward and do that. Marcus, what are you doing in my bed?
Go put on my pillow.
You were literally burying the cat in pillows.
Oh my God, you're back.
Okay. So he's saying, like, look, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this connection. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful to be able to know you. I'm grateful to be able to have you. Okay? Sorry about my co-pilot with me. But that's what your divine masculine is saying. Like, I'm grateful for you. I need you to know that wherever you are in the world today, whatever you're doing, whenever you hear this message, I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for your love. I'm grateful for your connection. I'm grateful for your friendship, your support, the way that you were there for me, because you were there for me when no one else was. And that's what I just heard. You might have been there for this person the way that no one else ever has. And now that you're gone and you guys are not in connection, he senses that. And that is something that he's trying to work through is, I was so blinded and I was so confused of how I felt because I didn't give myself a chance to open up. But now that I'm opening up and I'm awakening, I feel such this regret going on. Okay? Because I want to make this right. I now know that you are my true love. I now know that this with you is what I need. With you is what I want. But I know it's divine timing. And that's the thing. Divine timing is at play here. And as much as we don't want to hear that, that is the truth. Okay? So, very strong message, guys. I hope you guys were able to get something from this. Short and sweet this week. But I feel like he is so in his emotions. He's so in his, you know... He knows, and I feel like as a divine feminine, this brings me so much joy. This brings me so much peace knowing that he is working through what he needs to work through. Does it necessarily suck that he keeps walking? Yes, but I don't feel like my divine masculine's walking now because I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable. We're not in zinc yet, you know? There's still areas of my life that I need to heal. There's areas of his life that he needs to heal. And until we're both healed and ready to be in union, that's when we'll come into union. So, you know, I'm living my best life. I'm going and following God's plan right now. I'm going and following God's pathway. And I feel like that's exactly what, you know, divine feminines need to be doing right now. And your divine masculine is just coming through so strong and just... You know, there's so much love. There's so much power. There's so much like I feel like my heart is beating so fast when I think about my divine, so I feel like his heart is just, it beats so fast for you. When he thinks about you, it's just this feeling that comes across of him that he's never felt before, and he needs you to know that this week, that he feels so much for you, and it's a matter of time. All right, sending you guys love and light. Until next week, take care.